How do you start coaching and get paid for it when you've got no coaching experience and no clients, but you want to build a coaching business? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi there, if you're new here, I'm Louisa Jo, and I help ambitious men and women take their job, skills, and experience and use those to build their own online coaching business. All right, so how do you do that when you've got no certification and no coaching experience? So the first thing to understand is what the definition of coaching means. So years ago, the definition of coaching was purely a question-based approach where the coach would ask the client questions to help them get clear on the answers that the client themselves already knew. They just needed someone's help to kind of pull it out of them. Now, over time, the definition of coaching has evolved. And what it has become is more of what I like to call coach-sulting, which is a combination of coaching and consulting. Coaching where you are still guiding that client through the answers that they themselves know, they just need a little bit help getting clear on them, while also combining at certain times, just telling your client, hey, here's what you need to go do. So that's the combination that I like to think of. So first, we need to get clear on that term. Now, the second question is, what if I don't have any coaching experience or a coaching certification? So there are some industries where a certification or a license or a degree of some sort is required. I'm not talking about those industries specifically. I'm definitely not saying don't do what you need to do. However, in many cases, all you need is the experience to help your clients get the results that they are going to hire you to get. And for me, that is, again, outside of the industries that require specific certifications and licenses, way more important. Let me give you a few examples. So the criteria, to back up a little bit, the criteria that we're looking for is, do you have the experience to help your clients get the results that they are going to be hiring you for? All right, so when I first started my first few online businesses, I did quite a few things. First, I did Microsoft Excel consulting, where I was helping people with Microsoft Excel. What were my credentials for that? I didn't have any Microsoft Excel or coaching certifications, but I used Microsoft Excel all day long at my job. I was a whiz at it. I knew all the shortcuts, the macros, everything. And so I was able to help people with that and set up their own reports and get faster at using Microsoft Excel and all of the results that were Microsoft Excel related. Then when I moved on to do career coaching again, I had my own experience transitioning industries in lots of different careers, building a six-figure salary, getting a managerial position, and managing a team. And so those were the things that I was able to help people with. So again, it was very much based on, hey, here are the results that I've been able to achieve myself, my own experience, and how I'm going to be able to use those to help you get the results that you are coming to me for. Then I moved into doing digital advertising consulting. The skills I had from my job, same thing. I had those skills. I could help people with them. I could teach them those skills. And so again, because I had the experience and the ability to help someone, that's what they hired me for. Same thing in my current business, helping people go from employee to entrepreneur. I don't have an MBA. I don't have a coaching certification to this day. What I do have at this point is I have taught well over, I think, 2,000-3,000 students through all my different courses and coaching programs how to build their own online businesses. And I myself have built a successful multiple seven-figure business. And so to my students, that is way more important, my ability helping others and my experience and my own experience, than any degree or certification. So the first thing I want you to wrap your head around is the idea that even if you don't have a certification, but you have the ability to help your clients get the results that they're coming to you for, that is way more important. Again, outside of the specific industries that do legally require that. Let's be super clear on that. All right, so with that, if you're thinking, okay, I've done a certain thing in my life, I can help people with that, but I haven't helped other clients do that, that's totally fine, because that is where we all start. And so what you want to do to get started is to really focus on, okay, what is the result that I can help someone get? And so if you need help brainstorming ideas, I do have a great video on helping you get clarity on your niche that I will link for you somewhere, either on the screen or in the comments below. So make sure you look out for that. Now, that aside, what you want to think about is, what are the results that I'm going to be able to help someone get through this coach-sulting kind of thing that I'm going to be doing. And so if you are doing something very tangible where you're saying, hey, I, for example, was able to get this new job in a new industry, or negotiate this salary increase, or do this amazing thing with my career, or I'm able to help you find a romantic partner, or repair your relationship, or I'm able to help you lose X pounds, very tangible things, those are the results you're going to focus on. If you are in an industry where what you're going to be helping someone with feels is slightly less quote unquote tangible, so for example, maybe you're helping someone with happiness coaching or confidence coaching, which are areas that I have had students build their businesses in before, you can absolutely still do that. What you would think about is, what are the symptoms of the result after I work with someone? So after someone becomes happier, what is that going to look like versus what their life looked like before they hired me? If I'm going to be helping someone with, for example, stress coaching, what does their life look like? How do they feel after we've worked through their stress? So it's the same thing, just in a slightly different way, depending on what type of coaching / coach-sulting you are going to be doing. Once you figure out that result, what you're going to kind of, I want to say reverse engineer, except you already know, so you don't need a reverse engineer. You're just going to kind of map it out for your future clients, is you're going to think through, okay, what is the process that I'm going to help someone through to get them to that result? Now, what I'm going to recommend is that you break that process into a 3-month period. What this is going to be is, this is going to be your first coaching package, and I'll talk more about that in just a bit. But what that means, you have to have an idea of where you're going to sell and how you're going to coach before you can go out there and confidently sell it and get coaching clients. And so that's what we're building for you right now. Once you've understood the concept of coach-sulting, you've understood what is really required to be able to start getting clients doing this. Now it's about, okay, what is the result that we just covered that someone needs to be able to do? I need to be able to help someone get. And then the next piece is, okay, how am I going to help them get there? Once you have that idea, you can then explain it to your potential clients and actually get paying clients. So what does that look like? Well, you would think through, okay, so if I've done this and this is the result I'm going to help someone get, let's say they're starting at where I used to be. So if someone's coming to me wanting help getting a new job, they're in a job that they don't love, but it pays well, and they're scared that they're going to have to give up a title or a salary to be able to get a job that they love. Or if someone's coming to you, they want to lose, let's say 30 pounds. Okay, how do I get them from where they are now to losing 30 pounds? How do I help someone who's coming to me for stress coaching go from being stressed out all the time, suffering from insomnia, to waking up calm, relaxed, having more time and peace of mind to be present in whatever they're doing, which leads to higher productivity, better health, maybe lower blood pressure, maybe a better quality time spent with their loved ones. So again, all of the different examples that we've talked over. Now, what you want to think through is, what is a reasonable result that I can help someone get in 3 months? So maybe you can't help someone lose 30 pounds in 3 months. Maybe you can. Actually, I don't know if that's healthy, but that aside, I'm not a health coach. Whatever is reasonable in 3 months, right? So when someone comes to me and says, I want to start my business, I can say, okay, in about 3 months, you are probably going to, if you're doing the work and working really, really methodically and proactively, you can probably aim to get clear on your business idea, your first offer, get some paying clients. I'm not going to be saying in 3 months you're going to go from $0 to $1 million. That's what I mean. And so once you get clear on what is reasonable to accomplish in 3 months, you can back into, okay, how do we get them from point A to whatever that 3-month result is? So if someone's coming to me, they want to lose 30 pounds, all right, maybe I can help them lose 10 pounds in 3 months. And so in month 1, we're going to do this to help them lose their first 5 pounds. In month 2, we're going to do this to help them lose their second 5 pounds. And then month 3, we're going to lose another 5 pounds doing this, this, and this. So that ended up actually being 15 pounds. But you can see the specifics don't matter. I'm just breaking it out for you. And so using one of my programs as an example, my employed entrepreneur course, it is self-study, so people move at their own pace. But what common example is that people take 1 month to get really clear on their business idea and offer. And I have steps for how to do that, and I walk them through that. Then in month 2, they're going out there, they're starting to connect with potential clients, and often people get their first paying clients in the second month. And so I've got strategies and tactics for them to implement: when, how, where, what to do. And then month 3, maybe they're getting their next 1, 2, or 3 clients. And so you can see that's a very clear mapped out process, and that equivalent for you is what you want to be mapping out for your coaching clients. And you know this. All you have to do is think through, okay, what did I do? If people in the past, friends, family, have come to you and asked you for your advice on this topic in the past that you gave to them for free, great, that still counts. Think through, how did you help them and how did that process look? And so after you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, so that is how I would be able to help someone in 3 months. Then you are ready to go out there and start sharing this package with your ideal clients. You do not need to create anything else. You do not need to create a fancy PDF. You do not, or a whole bunch of fancy PDFs or a membership site or anything like that. There's a time and place for that, but not when you're starting out. What you're going to do is, once you have the idea, you're going to build your experience through coaching actual clients. And so what you're going to do is, as you get that first client, you're going to know what they need help with. You're going to have your overall plan. Then before your very first call with them, you're probably going to map out, okay, the first call, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over this, this, and this. You're going to walk away with these exact things to work on. And then next week we'll come back, we'll see your progress, and then we'll go from there. That's exactly how I started. And this is where that coach-sulting combination comes in, because you are going to combine what they want and what they know they want to do with the pieces of, hey, okay, I know this is what you want to do. This is how I'm going to recommend you get there. Here are the exact action steps. And so for my very first call doing digital advertising consulting, it was a 1-hour call. I knew what I was doing. I'd been doing it for years in my job and had been paid a very great salary to do it. But I was nervous because it was my first time doing super in-depth coaching on digital advertising. And so I knew this client, I knew exactly what they wanted to do. So I spent 3 hours preparing for a 1-hour call. I literally scripted out every single thing I was going to say. I reviewed their website, their ads, everything. And I said, okay, first step, second step, third step, fourth step. All right, this is what you're going to go off and do in the next week. Send me any questions in between. Next week, we'll go over this. And so before the second call, because I knew what my client had worked on in their first call, I was able to do the same thing. It took me slightly less time than 3 hours, right? And by the third call, I was feeling, okay, yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. This is going really well. I don't need to spend 3 hours mapping out a call anymore. And so I was able to go from there. But it's each step, because you know the high level of, okay, what I'm doing in month 1, month 2, month 3 with this client, then you know, okay, call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4 for each month, what I'm doing to help them move towards the goals that we are going to aim to accomplish each month. Now, obviously, each person's progress is going to be a little bit different. That's normal. But once you have this high level deadline or the deadlines for each month for the results you're going to aim to get, right? Again, even if it's something intangible, you can set results. Again, let's use stress coaching as an example. If you are coming in month 1, all right, let's aim to maybe overcome your insomnia. Month 2, maybe it's let's aim to have you wake up in the morning feeling good about yourself. Then by month 3, right, you've completely reduced your stress. Just giving you a super high level example so that you can see even if you're doing something intangible, no matter what you're coaching on, you can absolutely turn that into some sort of results focus so that you and your client are focused, are held accountable, and are moving them forward versus just getting on a call talking about whatever they want to talk about, which might feel good, but is not often going to end up in them getting the results that they wanted to hire you for. And so that's how I recommend that you go ahead and get started. It really does not need to be complicated. You already have the experience. Now you're simply learning a new skill of coach-sulting, of teaching that skill and helping someone with the skill that you already have, which is very doable, and you've already done the hard work of earning and gaining the actual skill that you're going to be helping others with. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Now, we talked about how to go ahead and get started, and I did mention that I was going to share with you more about how you can create your first coaching package to sell successfully, to sell at a premium price at $1,000 or more, even if you are just starting out. I have a great video on that. It's actually one of my most popular videos on how to craft your first coaching package. And so I'm gonna link that somewhere either on the screen and or in the comments below so that you can check that out. If you loved all of this, I've got one more great thing for you, and that is an awesome PDF on a 20-second script to use to get your first paying client. Because think about it, you're starting coaching, you're gonna create your first coaching package. What's next? Getting your first paying client, right? So again, I will link that either somewhere on the screen and or in the description below. So make sure you check that out. That's it for today. If you are new here and you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit subscribe to be notified every week when I release a brand new video on building your own online business and going from employee to entrepreneur. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time.